So for icp3, we were introduced to some uh, basic OOP concepts within Pythons, such as classes and inheritance. We were also introduced to a bit of web scraping with Beautiful Soup and shown how simple and intuitive that can make it. And lastly, we were introduced to NumPy arrays and were shown the ease of manipulation and calculation of those arrays that the NumPy library brings. So I'll start with our first one. We were just told to create an employee class that kept track of the number of employees and could also calculate the average salary for all the employees that are instances of that class. And we were also told to create a full-time employee class that gained all the attributes from the employee class itself. As you can see here, that's what I did. And I just kept the initializers the same, since every employee has a first name, last name, family, salary, and department. As for calculating the average salary, I made this a static method within the employee class so that you don't have to actually refer to any instance of the class to calculate the salary. You can just calculate the salary down here by calling employee.averageSalary. So if we run this, oh, wrong one. If we run this one, you can see I created a full-time employee called employee 1, and then just a regular employee called employee 2, and they have first name, last name, family, and then their salaries here and their department. And just to show, I printed out the employee's information here, and then as you can see, the average salary was calculated correctly with the employees. Moving on, for task 2, we were instructed to scrape a Wikipedia page, and from that page we grab the title and print the title out, and then we use Beautiful Soup to find all the A tags and grab the links from those A tags and then print them out into a separate file. So running that, oh, again, ran the wrong one. We run that. You can see here is the title of the page, DeepLearning Wikipedia. And like I said, I find all the A tags, and then I created a file, which is already made since I made this before, and I write to that file all the links that are in the Wikipedia page, which there are quite a few, as you can see here. But that one seems to work well. Beautiful Soup made it super easy to scrape this page and grab information I was looking for. Lastly, we got a brief introduction to NumPy, and we created a random array here. I've got a few typos of float values. Then we reshape that array to be 4 rows by 5 columns using NumPy, and then lastly we replace the value, and we replace the max value in each row with 0. And we weren't supposed to use for loops, so I was able to use this nifty little function here called numpy.where, and I compare 2 matrices, my original matrix and a matrix of the maximum values in each row that I created here, and every value that matches up in this original matrix and the max num one, we replace it in the original matrix with 0. I know that was a mouthful, but I'll run that one as well just to give you an example. So yeah, our original array here is not shaped or anything, it's just a random 20 different float values. We reshape the array to be 4 rows by 5 columns here. And then I didn't print it out, but I do. This max num array is just an array of 4 different values corresponding to the maximum value in each row. But where the magic happens is in this function here that does the replacement. It compares each array and every value, as I said, in the X matrix that matches the max num array, it replaces it with a 0. As you can see here, 19 is the max there, 19 is the max there, 19 is the max here, and 17 is the max here. So, yeah, solid introduction to these concepts, and I look forward to what comes next in the class.